Good afternoon, everybody.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Roy, how you doing?
Living the dream.
More is like a nightmare. So,
All right.
is it just you and me, or we have other folks? Or
You know what? Let me give Ann a call just to see if we've got
Got 6 right now.
these 6. So let me see if
okay,
I was planning on attending.
okay. How we doing, Mike?
Not bad. Enjoying this cooler weather.
Yes, absolutely. It's got a nice onshore breeze here.
Right.
Yeah, it's actually went down the temperature in here.
Sandy, is this a busy time for you?
Not necessarily. It's just that we moved out of the Birch Harbor house into the Summer Harbor. So it's been the past 4 weeks have all been about packing up and moving and relocating and trying to figure out where all my office things are while still working full time for Healthy Acadia.
Yeah.
So it just has been a lot in 1 month. So now I'm starting to get my feet back into all the things I said I was going to be doing. So I apologize for ghosting everybody the past month. I'm finally back to my old office.
Life happens.
So Ann is on a phone call right now, but they're going to give her the nudge to remind her about the meeting when she gets off. So,
Sounds good.
Did you want to get started? I don't think we're expecting any more people. I haven't heard from Mark.
So we got. Let's see. Yeah, Mark has a doctor's appointment today at the clinic. So I'm not sure if he's going to be on, Roy.
Okay.
So what? There's 4 of us, I think, on the line. Possibly Ann joining a little bit. Is Rhiannon on?
Rhiannon,
There are 6 of us, Bob. Are you not on gallery view?
Yeah, I see. I see you, Mike.
You're muted now, Bob.
I'm just marking attendance down in a copy of the document for, Rhiannon probably already has that. So, all right, so we have Mike, we have Bob, we have Sandy, we have Rhiannon, we have Tom Lloyd, and we have myself. And hopefully Ann will be joining us a little bit later. I'll mark it at 1:33 that we called the meeting to order. Does that work?
Sounds good.
And then have people had the chance to review the minutes from the last meeting, which are in the drive?
I have not. I'll be honest with you.
Okay. Tom, were you able to review those?
Yes, I have. I went through them pretty well.
Okay. And was there anybody else who didn't get a chance to? All right. Sandy? You didn't get to review them?
Is that the draft minutes 6/28, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I got it. Sorry. All set.
You were able to review those?
Yep.
Okay. So we've got 4 people plus Rhiannon. You obviously wrote them, so you have a good idea what's in them. do we want to take a vote on approval of those minutes?
Move approval.
I will abstain.
Was that a second from you, Tom?
I second that. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so Bob is abstaining, and all those in favor of approval, please raise your hand. Okay. Motion carries. Minutes are approved. Following along, update of action steps from prior meeting. So we hadn't really defined the action steps, but I think, the business that we had ongoing, we can probably consider our action steps from the last meeting. Does that make sense? The survey, distribution, and so forth.
Right. The surveys
Okay.
have been distributed. And as I was talking briefly with Mike earlier, there's been a number of changes, and Sandy, I was on that conference call. Let me just back up. It seems like the complexion and the direction has changed within the state of Maine. There is an entity, Maine Connectivity Authority now, based out of Augusta. They will be the funding arm as well as the go-to people for the connectivity project for broadband. So, and they have a deck of slides. Matter of fact, I'll try to get online to their website and distribute it. It seems like a lot of the work can be taken care of by them in terms of like funding, which is that would be the big issue on that. They're really involved in the last mile as far as the project goes, whether to do a private network, public network, whatever, with the carrier or anything like that. They are the go-to people who will be glad to give us assistance on that. So a lot of the onus would be placed on them. So, because I will probably be out of pocket for some time, right, with heart issues and blah, blah, blah. But that's where we are. And what I want to do is to establish a meeting, Zoom call with them, identify who's who. They have on their website. If you just Google Maine Connectivity Authority, they'll bring you to their website. And they have a nice about page, who we are, their mission, things like that. And those are the folks I really want to contact with and tell them what we want to do. I mean, to me, it's clear that Gouldsboro really needs a lot more work than Winter Harbor does. And I think you would find more resistance politically, financially from Winter Harbor than Gouldsboro. Gouldsboro seems more open to the possibilities, whether to do a private network, public, whatever, but they would be the ones to guide us on that. And they will also be the funding arm. They're in the same process we're pretty much at with respect to surveys, what determined the need on that. And they would also be the ones like for helping with RFPs or probably initiating the RFP. So we don't have to write that, at least at this point. But come September, I believe, is when they want to start doing the funding. They got a number of grants in from the COVID relief fund that they want to disperse and provide the grants for us. So again, a lot of the work would be done, as far as I know, based upon that kickoff call last week. So Sandy, were you able to join that call as well?
Which call are you referring to, Bob?
The Maine Connectivity Authority call?
This past week?
Yes, Thursday?
Was not able to on that one, no.
Okay, no problem.
But I
No
would,
problem, because I think what I want to do is that with the blessings is that we establish a kickoff call with them.
Mhm.
What can you do for us? This is Winter Harbor, this is Gouldsboro. These are our needs. This is where we are in the process. What do you suggest?
Yeah, I think that doesn't help. That doesn't hurt to reach out to them, Bob. I believe Kendra Jo Grindle is going to be the new ED over there. And we have had contact with her in the past. I do believe once we have a better understanding of what our needs are, that will help us be more in line for what the grant writing is. And we definitely will have to have our word and also our local knowledge about what those grant opportunities are going to be. So
Right.
having the survey information is going to be really critical. And I'm not sure what the update is on the surveys for broadband specifically. Winter Harbor comprehensive planning surveys are just being entered right now, and we should hear at the end of August the report back on what's coming back for feedback on the survey for broadband specific questions.
Sure, sure.
Just to touch on the surveys, the broadband specific surveys, obviously Rhiannon and Anne, and I think some others. As Anne says in the chat, Gouldsboro survey has gone out, is coming back in. We did have a snag. They were not able to be returned to the post offices as originally planned.
Mhm.
So they're going back to the town office or to those businesses that agreed to collect them. Winter Harbor, the plan is to try to send out the broadband survey to Winter Harbor as well. I've reached out to the town office just to get a mailing list, basically the same mailing list that they used for the comprehensive plan. So once they can provide that to us, we can do that survey as well, send it out just to see if we get a little bit more comprehensive information than we had before.
Right. Okay.
Anne has your hand up. I cannot hear you.
I think you're muted, Ann.
No, she's not muted.
Ah.
I'm just guessing. We need to get Anne a better setup for her office.
Mm.
No
Oh,
microphone.
she has no microphone. Okay.
I don't know if you're interested, Anne. You can actually join in the audio from a landline phone if you wanted to, or from a cell phone. That's up to you. The numbers to do so are in the meeting information. Let me see if I can. Too many screens going on here.
I've got a New York number, if that'll work.
Yeah, I was going to copy the New York number right here.
It's 646-558-8656.
And then the meeting ID and passcode should be all you need for that.
Roy, question for you, sir.
Yeah.
The passcode and the meeting number, that's perpetual?
This is a recurring meeting, so it should be the same information every time.
All right, very good.
All right, that looks like a Gouldsboro town office number if ever I saw one.
And your phone is still muted if you're trying to speak on phone.
And honestly, I don't know how you fix that part.
Can you unmute from your end, Roy, as the organizer?
I can ask to unmute, but I don't know that I can force unmute.
On most phones, when you're
How
calling.
about that?
There you go.
go.
Fuck's sake. Sorry if there's any children present. What I was going to say is that We can't use our bulk permit to mail in Winter Harbor, but we have the money, so just let us know what you need.
Okay,
And I can talk to, it's terrible that I can't remember her name in Winter Harbor, but we talk to her every day.
Sarah and Kathy?
Yeah, Sarah. So just, yeah, just let me know how much you need, and we'll cut the check. The sooner the better, because you know how check cutting goes around here
Absolutely.
with selectmen rules, and as soon as it's anything to help anybody else, suddenly there's all kinds of red tape.
No,
So-
if I don't hear back from Sarah or Kathy in the next day, I'll give them another nudge about that list. It should be pretty accessible. Kathy just wasn't in the day that I was there.
Yeah. So whatever they have, yeah, I'd like to get that up because we're having really good response to it.
Oh,
People
really?
bringing them in and stuff like that. Yeah, we have a big box in the
Uh-huh.
lobby here, and they come in all the time because they're blue, so I notice them.
All right. Has anybody
And I,
looked
I
at-
haven't been to any of the stores. I don't know if Rhiannon's been there to see how, maybe pick up what's already been turned in.
Yeah, I left them. I've been leaving them for the week, but I was planning on going and making sure they weren't too full later on this week. And I've seen some people dropping them at the Pickle Drinkle and Mix while I was working over the weekend. So
That's
it
great.
seems like the business drop boxes are doing well as well.
That's
That's good.
excellent.
People want it.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'd mute myself, but I don't know how. I know I *6 to get unmuted.
I can mute you if you want.
Please do. Send me home.
Okay. And then the other action steps that I know were more organizational were just the setup of the drive. And I think we've got that pretty straightforwardly set up. And the group Scudic Peninsula Broadband at googlegroups.com is the common email address that you can just email to, and it will go to everybody in the group. So that way we don't have to keep track of all sorts of email addresses. And if somebody wants to join in, I mean, maybe we may want to think of a different group if we have information to disseminate that are updates rather than organizational stuff later on.
Mhm.
People that want to subscribe to what we're doing, but maybe don't need all the permissions of the drive and so forth. So, but that's down the road a little bit. But I think this will get us over the first few stages here. Sandy.
Yeah, sorry, this was on the last point with regards to surveys and mailing. Just to update, if this was not shared before, Kathy Carruthers said she was going to set up a cost center code to receive money and transfer money on with relationship to broadband. I don't know that that's been done or not. Just FYI, if you go in there about accepting money from the town for this, for mailing.
Okay. Good to know. Let's see. What's there? Let's go and look at the minutes. Was there anything else that we had said we needed to tackle last time, or does that cover it for our action steps from last meeting? I think that pretty much covers it. So next, we have it broken down, a Gouldsboro report. Mike, do you want to, oh, Ann, go ahead and.
Did you unmute me? Am I unmuted yet?
You are unmuted, yes.
Okay, I had actually one more question. Can I get from somebody an updated list or it just, and I know this is kind of an amorphous concept, but I need a list of committee members because I want to put it on our website and I can't do that without a current list of committee members, which I unfortunately don't have. I have my original list, but I don't know how accurate they are.
So
So
to the
someone
best of my knowledge, and the people listed on the agenda should reflect the current committee as it's active. Mark, of
Okay.
course, is not here today, but those are the people that have been, I would say, pretty reliably in attendance.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool beans.
Is the committee
And
good
then
with saying that's
also-
the makeup of the committee so far?
The other thing is that the speed test got taken down off of our website. Not sure why, but I am going to get it put back up there so people can do the speed test
Okay.
for their for our survey that's going around.
Okay.
So, Roy, if you can send that to me again, that would be great. The link for that.
I think I just emailed it to you.
Okay.
Mhm.
The speed test.
Oh, the speed test, the link to the speed test.
Yeah, if you could send me that again, that would be great.
The one on the,
The one that used to be on, that you sent me originally to put on our website.
okay. I'm trying to think what the website was. Was that the Hancock County one?
Probably. Hmm.
Okay.
I think that's exactly what it was.
With regard to the member list, I would certainly agree that this core group seems to be the group that's active, but I would speculate that there are others who would like to be more involved and they've somehow gotten dropped
I
off the
agree.
list.
Mm.
And we've-
I agree. I have people that call me still and want to have an update, and I encourage them to look at on YouTube. But I don't know if they do.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone that calls me, I put them on my spreadsheet.
Okay.
So I don't know,
I
their
just
perception of.
I just put the link to the Maine Broadband Coalition page about the speed test in the
Okay.
chat. I think that's the one that we were working off of before.
Okay. Sounds good.
Rhiannon.
Oh, and I wanted to ask Sandy about, she said something about the money for broadband. Tell me that again.
Going back to the very beginning when we were trying to get a grant from Connect to Maine, I was informed by the town that they didn't have a cost center to accept the funds. So back several months ago, Kathy Carruthers said she'll work on creating a cost center to receive contributions towards broadband committee so that they can be funneled and tracked accordingly with the town.
Oh,
It was
okay.
just an
Now I
update
remember
to
this.
Roy. Yeah, so it was just an update to Roy. I haven't followed back with her to say, has that happened? This is the first financial transaction related to broadband for Winter Harbor.
Right.
So that may or may not be ready for receiving money, just a heads up.
Do
Okay.
you talk to Sarah? Sandy?
On occasion.
Okay,
Yes.
because all I really need is the receipt for the mailing, and she can submit it to me as a bill, and I can put it on a warrant and pay it that way. Because everybody
There you
knows
go.
it's money for both towns.
Gotcha.
Because wiring money won't happen from this office. This is like one step above the Flintstones here, technology-wise. We
Good
don't
work.
have dinosaurs that drive, but
Uh,
not far, and I think Roy can vouch for that. But yeah, it's easy to get a bill and put it on a warrant, whatever she needs.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
That's easier.
Well, cool. All right, I'm going to go sit down and shut up and watch.
Okay. What I like to do.
Rhiannon, you've had your hand up.
This is also jumping back to the update on the action steps, specifically the survey responses. I forgot to update on responses to the digital survey. Last I checked, before I just opened it, I had 10. I now have 52 responses to the digital survey. So I thought people might just be interested to know that.
That's pretty good. I'm glad to see people are actually taking the time to fill it out. All right. So, Bob,
Yeah, what I like to do is to move forward with the Maine Connectivity Authority, since they're gonna be the funding arm, pretty much. I'd like to set up an initial meeting with the folks we have on board. Is there any time or date that is not good? I'd like to shoot for next week. I'm good anytime except August 2nd. And then the following week, I am out of pocket completely.
Let's see here. Next week.
I'm only good on Monday and Wednesday myself.
Okay. Well, let's shoot for Wednesday.
Let me check the Zoom calendar here.
Sure. Yep.
Wednesday, I will be getting an oil change at our
right.
usual meeting time. So that might be a scenario. Mike, you'd offered to host a meeting before. This certainly isn't our recurring meeting schedule. So would that be something you could host?
Yeah, I could host that.
Okay.
So Mike can send out a meeting link to be able to make that work.
Bob, you just let me know what time to set that up for and I'll make it happen.
Yep. Well, what time is good for everybody? wanna
I
do-
can't do next Wednesday. I'm available Mondays and Tuesdays mostly, but yeah, I work almost every day, Wednesday through Sunday, first week of August.
Okay.
How about 11 a.m. on Tuesday?
11 a.m. I
Um,
can schedule, change blood work. 11 a.m. Tuesday, that would be August 2nd, I believe.
Yes.
Tuesdays, I won't be available until noontime.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well,
I'm open noon to 1, and it's okay if you go ahead and, Mike, if you're able to record the information, that would be helpful. We could glean the information afterwards.
Yeah, I think I can record.
Okay.
I'm teaching for the Schoodic Arts folks Tuesday and Thursday afternoon, so I can't meet.
And did we say Monday
Afternoon.
does not work?
Monday works for me.
yeah, I can do Monday.
How about
I mean-
Monday at 1 in the afternoon?
So we're going to change it to August 1st. August 1st, Monday. I want to keep the same time, 1 p.m.
Sure, and that would work for me. I could do that and I can host it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I will go out with a request to Maine Connectivity, the MCA, requesting a meeting, telling them who we are, what we're trying to do, and we need your assistance. And what can you do for us? General meeting, and then we can get granular afterwards.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. I have nothing else there, Roy.
Okay. Just looking at the agenda, did we have anything to report on specifically from a Winter Harbor side of things?
No, again, it's the surveys. Once we get them in, and obviously we're gonna have to go out again with the survey for August. I mean, we could take a look if we at any responses that we have. Rhiannon, can you get the copies or the returns and take a look at it and see what people are looking for in general?
Yeah, I can. Well, what I can do is first I can start looking at the responses I've had to the digital survey, and
Mhm.
then I'm not sure. I know for the Winter Harbor Comprehensive Planning Survey, the way they've been doing the data analysis for their paper copies is also having people go in and manually input it into their digital survey so that then you can use the Google Forms
Okay,
analytics to see what your responses are. So I'd be happy to do that for this survey
Thank
as well.
thank you. Thank you. Okay.
And was there anything else to report on the Gouldsboro side? Anything from you, Mike?
Not for me, no.
Okay. I think we've covered survey data updates. Anything, while information gathering, obviously that meeting that you're going to orchestrate with the main connectivity people,
Mhm.
be covered under information gathering. Do we have any other information gathering to speak of right now? Other than survey?
Mm,
Did everybody get what I forwarded in the last couple of days about the resistance growing on the part of the for-profit
Right.
ISPs?
Right,
Yes.
I understand, I got that, I understand that. That's
Yeah.
been going on for some time, and that's why there's been some changes. Excuse me. And I think that's why the Maine Connectivity Authority has stepped up to the plate.
Yeah.
I really do believe
It's
that.
not unexpected. It's just
No, you're gonna see
ongoing.
resistance, yeah, you're gonna see resistance to that, so. Sure, that's not unexpected, you're correct. But all right, so let me get to putting a meeting together with those folks and us and see what happens. Again, we're shooting for Monday, August 1st at 1 PM.
So we have next on the agenda is communication plans. I'm just thinking we should probably send an update to the towns for their newsletters for whatever their next issue is, just to give them a little heads up of what we've been doing. Something like survey data is coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Please continue. I had spoken with Anne about just clarifying for the people that might not have sent it in already that the post offices are not accepting them, even though it says they do on the survey itself. And then I think, just mentioning in the update about our regular scheduled meeting time, that may help people get a little bit more interested in hopping on and seeing what's going on. And
Sure.
then we can also just reference the meetings are recorded and shared online on YouTube after the fact. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so that seemed like a reasonable update to go to the town, Sandy?
Yep, just one additional part of that is, I don't know if there's been a presence at the past selectmen meetings just for updates there, or whether it's really necessary. That might be a possibility. And the other option is the newsletter where there's conversation, Anne brought up about who's actually on the committee right now. Would it be helpful to put out in the town newsletters again that these are our updates? And if we've lost you, or not lost you, but we invite you to be part of if you want to help the efforts. If we have lost some people from the communication, I think it's kind of important to put an outreach out there one more time and say, we're still meeting and this is the regular time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I don't know does anybody want to specifically write this, or Anne, obviously you're sort of in there listening in. I don't know if you can digest the comments here and just come up with the update, but whatever the preference is, whether you have something written by a committee member and then submitted, whatever works. If you need something, let us know. Any other business?
Oh, Anne replied, I'll conjure up something. Okay.
Sandy?
Rhiannon and I just had a check-in with Krista Thorpe the other day, and I just want to be aware that the timeline for Rhiannon is maybe running out at some point, but there was a conversation that there may be additional funding to extend her position. So I just wanted to have that out there, putting Rhiannon on the spot, I guess, but we're coming to the end of that grant funding for her. And I just wanted to remind the committee of that and just try to come up with a plan on next steps moving forward. There may be funding to continue the position. So just an update maybe for the next meeting. Or Rhiannon, you might have some other suggestions on that.
I don't know what will happen as far as the funding, but I will say that I do want to keep working with the committee, even if I'm not being paid for it, because I care about the cause. And I will just also say that once I'm back in school, I might not be able to attend certain meetings and things, but I do still want to be involved with everything.
I think that's good.
Mhm.
We definitely need to keep, especially membership from Winter Harbor, because it's a smaller group from Winter Harbor here. So that would be excellent, as much continuity as well as possible. So, okay, so we have a next meeting of Monday, August 1st, was it?
That's what I'm shooting for based upon their availability.
At
I'll
1
let you know
p.m.
if they can make it. But,
Okay.
everybody on the call here will be copied.
Right. I'll schedule it in Zoom just so we have that spot blocked off before anybody else tries to fill it with something.
Sure.
And then we'll wait for your confirmation on whether or not it's actually going to take place.
Sounds good. I'll go out this afternoon with the message.
And then aside from that, our next regularly scheduled meeting would be on the 4th Tuesday at 1:30 would be August 23rd, 1:30. Does that still work for everybody?
Yep.
Okay. And that takes us to adjournment.
All right. I'm good. We can adjourn.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
And thank you.
All right. Have a good
Take
night.
care.
Good
You
day.
too. Bye-bye.